Big week in WoW. We got a ton of stuff going on. A lot of stuff that happened over the weekend with housing. We're going to get into that. Hallow's End kicks off, Phase 3 of Alpha, and so much more. Let's just jump straight in. That's right, Hallow's End is kicked off. One of my favorite in-game holidays, honestly, of World of Warcraft. I've always enjoyed the Hallow's End stuff, and the Headless Horseman is just a freaking legend. So, running from October 18th to November 1st, you'll be able to participate in the Hallow's End stuff. Where will this be happening? You can trick or treat throughout the Inns of Azeroth, Northrend, Pandaria, Outland, Draenor, the Broken Isles, Dalaran, and the Dragon Isles and Khazalgar. So run around, trick or treat, get yourself the candy, do all the fun things, wear the masks. If you've done this event before, it's very much the same with that stuff. If you haven't, go do it. Go get yourself some achievements. Maybe some player housing items will be gotten from it. The Headless Horseman, this is the fun thing to do. Prepare yourselves, the bells have tolled. Shelter, you're weak, you're young, and you're old. Each of you shall pay the final sum. Cry for mercy, your reckoning has come. That's right, the Headless Horseman is back, and he's ready to be killed over and over. If you don't know, if you haven't done it, the Headless Horseman, run out to Scarlet Monastery or queue up for this shit. Yeah, that's the way you really do it. Queue up for it and go do the event. Tons of loot to be had, including the Headless Horseman mount, which I have yet to get. Throughout Hallow's End, characters leveled 10 to 80 can queue up for this event. In Dungeon Finder, one of these random pieces of loot could drop each day. So no duplicates, and your first kill is your best kill for each day. Grab some of the ghastly goodies as well. What's new for this event? Well, you can get the previously only available from drop set. That's right, the Patch Harvest Golem. You can get this from the vendor. So the Hallow's End vendor. Patched Harvest Golem Transmog set pieces only drop from the Headless Horseman can now be purchased with tricky treats, 100 each for those pieces, 100 for that set, and for these swords and weapons and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Also, for other returning items, we have this hood, this cape, the little Patch Harvest claws as well, these hoods, this cool looking helm, and the back peach, the Patch Harvest Golem thing. So pretty cool stuff. Run around, get that stuff, and as I said before, enjoy the event until, what is it, November 1st, right? Yep, November 1st, so have a good time with that. Over the weekend, player housing became available to everybody on PTR, whether or not you pre-purchased the expansion or not. And honestly, the player community created some crazy shit. I mean, if this isn't a sign of things to come with player housing and the insane stuff that people are going to be creating, I don't know what is, but just over one weekend, we saw people creating things like, here we got Talias and Evitel creating a treehouse. Look at that. Nice little treehouse with some outdoor steps. Now, these are actually tables, but they sized them and arched them in a way to make them look like steps. So that's pretty cool. That's the kind of creative stuff people can do. So you got yourself a little treehouse here. You also have this man creating himself a full-on lava throne. Look at this thing. This is inside of his home. 2 giant magma balls on the sides. You got some torches right here, some badass banners, and a crazy-looking throne. And just for context, again, this throne right here is just a little dwarven stone throne. But what he did was he added the giant weapons thing that you can put on the wall. On the back of his throne, a little giant skull here on the back as well, sized everything properly, made it look like it's this massive fucking throne. When in actuality, this is just a little stone seat for dwarves that he customized this way. Again, you got a bunch of steps here that he, was able to kind of create out of this. This is really cool. The stuff that players are creating here is absolutely insane, and I can't wait to see what else comes out. Also, look at this. This man created an entire fort around his home. This man literally built maybe what we should have seen in Warlords of Draenor all along with your garrisons. I mean, this is like legit garrison. This looks pretty badass. Again, you can put stuff on the outside of your homes without, and people will be able to see it. So this man created a giant fort around his home, basically a yard completely encased in a fort. He also added 2 giant turrets and a massive cannon on the front of his home. For that, for the people who want to show up and tell him what he can and can't do on his front lawn. So really cool stuff. Again, the creativity from players. This was just over a weekend. People were to create shit like this. Imagine what things are going to look like a year in when you just see the stuff that people are able to make with player housing. I think player housing is going to be a really cool customization thing that people are going to look at over time and just, witness the greatness that people can create. And then finally, I don't know if this is real or not, if this is being trolled on us, but But player housing items started to show up on the store, I guess. And yeah, we have a official golden throne. That's right, an official golden throne that can be purchased for $30. Again, this might just be fucking AI, but this was absolutely hilarious to me. Flush with style. This kit includes an ornamental toilet fit for a king or queen with intricately crafted gold inlays and a roll of the finest quality toilet paper, too. Now, there's a little misspell here with toilet, so that might be a hint that this is probably fake, but I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually see stuff like this, because there is no doubt in my mind that player housing stuff is going to be a great way for players to flush their money down the toilet. There's going to be player housing all over the WoW store, and it's going to continue to be iterated on with that. They did say that player housing items will be able to be gotten mostly in game, and there even will be player housing items on the trading post eventually, but they said not for like the first 6 months because they want to figure out exactly how they want to do that. But player housing items on the golden store, on the I want to say golden throne again, on the WoW store, no surprise here. This one's probably fake, but expect more to come with that. Moving on to this one right here, we got 3 raids coming up in this Midnight expansion, and there's going to be evidently 3 races to World First. Blizzard's already confirmed it. 3 Hall of Fames for 3 different raids happening. So we're going to have 3 World First races going on in this first season, which will be fun to watch, I think. The World First race is always interesting, always fun to watch, especially towards the end. So we'll see how all of this plays out. But yeah, the echoes and the liquids and the methods of the world, we're going to be seeing them a little bit more in this first season, so that'll be fun. Crest caps have been increased. That's right. Just the other day, guys, we reviewed the changes to how your upgrading system will work and how the further up you upgrade up the chain, the more it'll cost you. And in fact, now your badges, the way they work is they are specifically tied to that track of gear. So hero badges will only work on hero gear. Myth badges will work on myth gear. Yeah, believe it or not, Blizzard finally figured out how to simplify this shit. But the other thing we noticed when we were looking at how badge upgrades are going to work is, yes, the further up you go, the more it's going to cost you. This final upgrade from 5 to 6 will cost you 50 heroic badges. And people smartly saw this and said, well, that's not going to work with our current crest caps, because we're not going to be able to get enough crests throughout the season to upgrade all the way. Well, of course, Blizzard hired the crest caps. We already saw this coming. So your weekly changes here, weekly crest caps moved up from 90 to 100 for each of the ranks of crests. I guess Dawn Crest is what they're going to be called now. So we have Myth Crest, Myth Dawn Crest, Hero Dawn Crest, Champion, Veteran, Adventurer. Totally makes sense now. An intuitive naming system, and the crest caps being raised. Yep, part of this new upgrade system that Blizzard put in. I'm excited for this. Also, side note, no more flight stones. No more or whatever the hell they were called in the War Within again. Hero, whatever the hell. No more of that shit. Because all that side currency was freaking annoying. Now you just deal with the crests, and you upgrade with the crests. I think the system has now finally been perfected for the most part. Yeah, Valor Stones is what they're called now. That's right. I hated them so much I forgot what they were called. Air horns have been added to the game. That's right, guys. So we all know the add-on wars are continuing here with Blizzard, and it looks like Blizzard has added in your favorite sounds for your cooldown manager. That's right. So Blizzard here has added in those new air horn sounds and everything else. People have oftentimes said that they want this stuff. So we're seeing now the ability to add in your air horn alerts. You got a bunch of options here. Let's let this play. It's kind of quiet. But yeah, use a bunch of little different air horn variants based on what's going on. Little sounds. Very quiet. Yeah, you can't really hear it. Also a text-to-speech thing here, so let's see what... Hover, okay.
Feed the flames.
Okay, so there you go. Kind of like some of the stuff that we've seen with the different add-ons for Raid, the weak auras and stuff like that. So interestingly enough, I'm sure these will be used in whatever Blizzard's creating to replace DBM and stuff like that. So we'll see a bunch of stuff like more sounds being added to the game, more customizations options being added to the game. Is it going to be on the level of, what we currently get in add-ons? Most likely at launch, no. But I think eventually they'll be able to work in enough stuff here that this will be a decent replacement for what we see currently with some of your favorite add-ons. Finally, new stuff. coming in the coming expansion, including Scarlet Crusade transmogs. That's right, we have new Scarlet Crusade transmogs, and you might be asking yourself, well, what does the Scarlet Crusade have to do with Midnight? Evidently, it's pretty relevant, because we're going to be running around with Eretor doing some interesting quests as we go through old zones in Azeroth, which I'm kind of excited for. I always like going back to the nostalgia trips. And one of the things we're going to do is go back to the Scarlet Monastery with Eretor, talking about maybe how, the light can be used in not so good ways, potentially. That might be where that storyline goes. But these might be looted from there. Now, these might be also related to the trading post at that time. Who knows where these are going to come from? There is no determination yet on when that's going to happen. But this is a variant of the Scarlet Monastery sets, if you remember how some of these look. I think these are really cool. Some good-looking sets. And also a return of some really cool Scarlet Monastery weapons up-res. The glow on these is really cool. The different color variations, as I said before, probably one of these will be available in-game. The rest of the color variations will show up on your trading post. We'll see how all that works. A Plagued Scarlet Crusader. Yeah, with the green. Yeah, it could be. Maybe we'll see some Undercity stuff. Potentially. Yeah, look, we're going back to a lot of old zones with the Eretor questline. And the Eretor questline has actually been described as almost like a zone in and of itself. It's going to be a big chapter to the opening of Midnight and what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be leveling up and everything else. So we'll be adventuring back through a lot of these old zones, potentially getting remakes of old stuff. And speaking of remakes of old stuff, we're also getting Magistrus Terrace returning, which means we're getting an updated White Hawkstrider. That's right, the chase for the White Hawkstrider is back on. If you played this game for a while, you remember Magistrus Terrace, this was available as a mount. Well, now we have the up-res version of it. And yeah, it's a Hawkstrider if this thing will load, which it doesn't look like it wants to, so we'll look at the pictures. Good-looking Hawkstrider. Yeah, it's an albino Hawkstrider with some really cool red and black armor. You'll be able to get this when you're running Magistrus Terrace. Give it a chance to drop, if it does drop. Yeah, it's a birdie. Yeah, and it'll look cool. Yeah, another birdo. I've never been the big fan, honestly, of the Hawkstriders, but of all the color variations I've seen, this is probably the best one. The albino with the red and black armor does kind of look cool, so I'd be down to get that. And then we also have simplified crafting systems coming. We already know this with Alpha 3 and everything else hitting. These have now been integrated. Only 2 ranks to item quality now, which makes sense. That middle rank was freaking absolutely useless. So there you go. Simplification of crafting and endgame crafting is a welcome change compared to all these other ranks that we used to have, completely unnecessary. And then finally, many more things have been data mined here with Alpha 3, including some really cool new models. I'm not going to look at every single one of these, but there were some that stuck out to me. Look at this. I'm guessing it's another Loa here. So yes, we are getting some more troll lore, which means return of Loas. Yes, all trolls worship Loas, and we're getting some really cool ones here. Also, look at these Amani troll models, man. Some of these are freaking amazing. I mean, the different hairstyles and stuff. I still can't believe Blizzard's not going to go around and make this freaking race customizable. Giving us the beards and customizations for Darkspear trolls is a sad freaking settlement here. But because these are freaking, look at the piercings in the arms, the amount of customizations available for these guys. These need to be playable. They just need to be playable, and Blizzard's got to do it soon before the community absolutely loses its mind. Atrix, oh, this guy looks like some kind of world. This guy looks like from Godzilla. If you guys know the 90s version of the Godzilla movies, doesn't he kind of look like this? That movie was called Godzilla, but it was a completely different take on what Godzilla looked like, and this is a really cool one. Damn, this might be a world boss, I'm guessing, or something. Badass looking model there. We also see the Flood from Halo showing up in the game as well. Some really cool creatured scholars. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, this is a ethereal. Dressed up, completely armored out. Another playable race that we should have gotten. Damn it. Wow, that's a really cool helm. Look how the eye is just showing here. Badass looking ethereal. We also see a... I want to speak to your manager, Night Elf, right here with the glasses and the blue hair tied up. That's pretty nice. What else we got? We know that a bunch of these guys are going to be playing a big role in the final zone here. Some dragon bosses as well. Really cool looking Void-inspired dragons. A bunch of dragon hawks here. What else? We got a fungal giant showing up. This is cool. Oh, this one. The fungal strider is a fungal take on the long boy. I wonder if Blizzard gives us this boy as some type of long boy mount down the line. You know, another $90 mount. I mean, that $90 mount was so successful for Blizzard. There is absolutely zero chance that it's the last $90 mount we ever see. So, hey, maybe this is your next $90 mount. You know, add a little vendor on the side here and here, and you got yourself another $90 mount that Blizzard could sell to absolutely everybody. And this is the Mushroom Long Boy. This shows up in the new Harandar zone, so a cool looking model there as well. Bunch of other fungal guys here. Snakes. What do we got here? Harandar Ancient and whoa, shit. This guy just has a giant, this looks like It, like from the movie It when he opens his mouth. So we got some kind of fungal giant here. I'm guessing some type of world boss as well. A bunch of Harandar giants, which are, you know, more giants with a plant take on them. What else we see here? Some more planty boys. Oh, Harandar kids. Look at that. We have kid versions of the Haranir. I haven't seen these models yet before. Oh, yeah, these are kind of... look at that. That's nice. Look at that. They make children. Okay. The Hawk Striders, as I mentioned before. Ooh, a Light Void. Light and Dark Phoenixes. These are really cool. We know that we're going to be getting another Ashes of Alara style mount. We already saw it. That is going to be your mythic reward mount for the final raid in the first season of The War Within. We also see the new worm models are great. The new Mana Worm models look freaking amazing, I have to say. These are great looking mounts. Or not, there are some mounts, but these are great looking NPCs. The Midnight Hydra. Ooh, this is badass. Really cool looking Hydras here. A couple other things. What is this? Mythic Hex Eagle. This is a badass looking thing. A few little Vulture Boys here. Other stuff. Animals. Yeah. I think we looked through it all. I think those were the important ones that I kind of wanted to look at. Oh, Toko Cloudhide. Okay. We got a Hippie Tauren. Yeah, there you go. Some Orc Children as well. Oh, this is Troll Children. Man, we're getting all the shit. All the new stuff for the Amani Trolls, but they're just not playable. That's crazy to me. But yeah, now the Amani Trolls also have children. So there you go, children models in the game. More of these really cool looking models here. And, oh, Void Demon Hunter showing up as well in the models catalog. And I think that's it. Yeah, nothing else very interesting here. So cool looking stuff, cool looking models. More stuff to come in Alpha's Phase 3. I'll keep reporting on that stuff. Player housing, Hallow's End, everything happening. And that is all in terms of news.